No, Gayle.
Have y'all been to space?
No, we haven't been to space, Gayle King.
I'm telling y'all, Gayle said the quiet part out loud after the whole, oh, have you been to space? Because don't tell me shit if you ain't been to space.
Gayle King, you couldn't inspire us to go to space, baby.
Anybody that believes Gayle King and any one of those other ladies went into space, you need a check. I'm talking about a mental health check. Because you slow.
I will never go to space. Not because I can't afford it.
What is up, YouTube? My name is Happiness and welcome to my channel. So, something that's trending at the moment, Gayle King. Gayle King is talking too much. She is telling the normal people, the normal working class, middle class that, have you ever been to space?
This is what bothers me, because I've certainly read some of the things online coming from people that I know, that I like, that I consider friends. And this is what I would say to that. Space is not an either or, it's a both and. And because you do something in space doesn't mean you're taking anything away from Earth. And what you're doing in space is trying to make things better here on Earth. What Blue Origin wants to do is take the waste here and figure out a way to put it in space to make our planet cleaner. I mean, Jeff Bezos has so many ideas, and the people that are working there are really devoted and dedicated to making our planet a better place. That's number one. Number two, have you been? Have you been? If you've been and you still feel that way after you come back, please let's have a conversation. Number three, please don't call it a ride. That is not a friggin' ride. Whenever a man goes up, you have never said to an astronaut, boy, what a ride. You know, we duplicated the same trajectory that Alan Shepard did back in the day, pretty much. No one called that a ride. It was called a flight. It was called a journey, because a ride implies that it's something frivolous or something that's lighthearted. There was nothing frivolous about what we did and the machine that we were on, and what it took for the people to get that machine up and running, to get us up and get us back down safely. So, you know, I'm very disappointed and very saddened by it. And I also say this, what it's doing to inspire other women and young girls, please don't ignore that. I've had so many women and young girls reach out to me, and men too, by the way, men too, that say, wow, I never thought I could do that, but I see you doing it at this stage of my life. Who would have thunk it? Not me. And how inspired they are.
As if 11 minutes of being in space give you a experience of being an astronaut. 11 minutes of being in space gives you a 20-year, 30 years experience of being an astronaut. So to say, because that's how she's acting at the moment. So she's bashing people in general that the $20 million that she spent to go upstairs to the moon, or maybe, I don't know, but trying to touch the sky, she spent $20 million. With that $20 million, which all average people will tell you that everything is expensive nowadays. I mean, like, to show that when somebody has nothing better to do with their money, you know, if you don't know how to spend your money, like, come on, like, you know, give it to charity, you know, like, there are a lot of starving children in Africa, in the world. I mean, like, there are a lot of homeless people on the street. I mean, like, if you can start a feeding scheme whereby you can feed your community that is suffering, rather than boasting online that, have you been to space? Have you done this? Have you done? No, Gayle. Everything is expensive. People need to live to survive nowadays. But despite that, I don't have much to say. The only people that have much to say is people online that are fed up of rich people who don't have anything better to do and who don't know what to spend their money on, and who always talk too much online. So let's watch these videos to hear what people have to say.
Gayle King, upset because there's been a lot of blowback, and I'll play it in a minute, but like from Hollywood leftists, not just people like you and me, but like Hollywood leftists. These are the people who are supposed to love them, who are ripping these women to shreds. It's beautiful. And Gayle King is upset and had a few things that she needed to explain to those of us who don't understand what a hero she is. Okay, there's so much to go over. First of all, Alan Shepard walked on the moon, Gayle. You did not fucking walk on the moon. Okay? You didn't do the same thing as Alan Shepard. And by the way, when he did his first space flight, it was the first space flight. Like, that's the reason it was exciting. It wasn't for commercial gain. It wasn't to promote Amazon. It wasn't with some woman with her tits hanging out who needed a little extra attention. Okay, so that's just first. Secondly, there's nothing frivolous about what we did. Let's just check in. We don't have to take her word for it. Let's see how it went on board the Blue Origin spacecraft. SAT 22, here they are in space.
Got it?
1, 2, 3, taking up space!
Flynn, I got you. With her daisy?
I got you, Flynn.
Gotcha.
Stuffed animals.
The moon! You guys, I will have to tell you, look at the moon. That's amazing.
Wow, look at the blue line.
Oh my God. Whoa. That's amazing.
I can't.
And that Gayle King keeps scrolling. Girl, you're really over here confused, disappointed in how we're feeling about y'all going up in space in 11 minutes. First of all, that didn't even happen. There's no way y'all were in space before I got to work. I refuse to believe that. I don't understand the point of this mission. What was the purpose? Because from what I've researched about Blue Origin, just to even request a seat on the ship, you have to deposit $150,000. And y'all saying that you want millions of people to go out of space. Millions of people don't have $150,000 just for a deposit. So I'm confused. People are struggling right now. You think we give a damn about y'all going to space? Going to MySpace? Tyler Perry's studio? AI? Green screen? Whatever? Y'all were not in space. Girl, go and touch grass. Was this supposed to change our lives in any way? Eggs are still $20. And it doesn't make sense as to how y'all were able to go up and down in 11 minutes and there were 2 astronauts stuck in space for 9 months.
I think it's hilarious watching all of these videos about people bashing the chicks in the dick that flew to space. You know, they're all right. Every single video is on point. I watched the Gayle King interview, and the thing that stood out to me the most when she was like, "Have y'all been to space?" Like, she's done. She is officially done.
So I think I found something we all could agree on. All of us. Wherever you stand politically, left, right, center, far left, far right, mid, doesn't matter. We all can agree on this. You are not astronauts. You did nothing. You just had enough money and knew the right people. That's it. You accomplished nothing. The audacity to call yourself an astronaut. Gayle King said, "I'm still having a hard time calling myself an astronaut." That's because you're not. You're not. What you think you did? This shows you that what they did in the reaction to the backlash shows you how out of touch they are with the regular American population.
Have y'all been to space? Have you been to space?
That must be the new way of telling somebody you're poor and beneath me without actually telling them you're poor and beneath me. That's like telling somebody, we'd invite you, but you can't afford the ticket. I bet she tells people not to come to her birthday party if they're not going to bring her a good present. I bet when she meets new people, she tells them, well, we all had to start somewhere, honey. And just in case you're wondering, that's what being disconnected with the current reality looks like. Have the day you deserve.
No, Gayle.
Have y'all been to space?
No, we haven't been to space, Gayle King. Have you been to a grocery store lately? Folks are trying to buy eggs. Folks are trying to just get regular, everyday living expenses taken care of. Ain't nobody thinking about no space. Gayle King and a group of other women, what are they calling themselves? Take 5? Take 6 space? Take up space? Take up space 6 went on an 11-minute Blue Origin space ride.
I don't like that people are calling it a ride.
Flight.
We actually duplicated the route that Alan Shepard did.
Whoop-de freaking do. Don't nobody care. Read the room, Gayle. Oprah didn't get on that ship. Oprah was like, I will watch you from the ground. And Gayle King's response to the backlash from the public saying, girl, what are you doing?
Have y'all been to space?
Have y'all been to space? No, we haven't. Have you seen the price of gas? We recognize that there's a separation between y'all and the rest of us. However, there's no need to rub it in our faces. We don't give a damn if you go to space. You're not a scientist, Gayle. You are a personality on television. However, to ask,
have y'all been to space?
Have y'all been to space? Those are fighting words if you say it to the wrong person, Miss Gayle King.
I'm sorry, I just saw a clip of Katy Perry saying, we weren't taking space, we were making space. Like, get the fuck? And then for Gayle King to be like, I don't know why more people weren't inspired by us going up there. Like, in what world are the average Americans going to be thrilled that you wasted so much just for 11 minutes? And then the even more annoying part was when Gayle King tried to say, oh, Jeff Bezos, he's a really great guy. He's helping us, isn't he? Gayle, you're going to have to get up from under Oprah's ass to understand that billionaires are not good people. And the average person just watched you guys waste what could have helped, starving children, the homeless, education, single mothers, hell, married mothers at this point. You literally just set hundreds of millions of dollars on fire in 11 minutes. And we're supposed to be thrilled that you had that experience. I'm going to tell you right now, I speak for all Americans right now when I say this. Katy, we do not want to hear that song. Whatever you and your team are drafting up, you can keep that. Send it in a group chat with Gayle King, the inspirationalist, and Big Bird Boob Brains over there. And you guys have a great time listening to whatever Twinkle Twinkle Little Kiss My Ass you have.
See, I don't know what you guys aren't getting, okay? We're a bunch of celebrities that went into space. It's incredible, and you should be inspired by it. Yeah, so eggs are still like $7. But didn't you see Katy Perry floating up there? She shined bright like a diamond. Hey Gayle, sorry, the song's called Firework. Firework, yes, that's what I meant. I mean, it really just kind of seems like a massive waste of time and money. We've changed the game. We've done something historical and set the stage and opened the door for a whole new generation of women. And you're welcome.
Gayle King, you couldn't inspire us to go to space, baby, because most of us will never touch the kind of money you had to pay to go there. So no, I'm sorry you did not inspire me as a black woman with a 17-year-old black daughter. You didn't inspire me, because the only thing you did was had connections and money to go out of space for a 10-minute trip. And that's alleged, because all these videos coming out about these conspiracies that y'all really didn't go no goddamn well. But to be so out of touch with humanity and to be so, just self-centered, to think that you did something so miraculous when your money got you there. Not your love for science, not your education, not years of training, but your pockets. You get what I'm saying? So for you to be so disconnected with the reality of what actually just happened and why nobody is so happy for this all-female expedition to space. Anyone can do it is what we see. Anybody could do it if they got enough money. It ain't about nothing you did that was so special. You just had a lot of fucking money and connections. So congratulations.
And I have a message for Gayle King, too, and that drip, Katy Perry, and anybody else, Lauren Sánchez, anybody else who wants to sit there and act like we should just be so, because of they barely went into space the other day. Gayle King is just incredulous as to why people are not impressed or inspired. You did nothing. I have had trips to Taco Bell in less than 11 minutes that achieved more than what you and the rest of the Vanity Project did. Okay? You're not serving inspiration. You're not serving, oh, look at us, we're geniuses. You just went up to barely in space. I call shenanigans on the whole thing. I don't even think you went anywhere. I really, really don't.
My question is, have y'all been to space? Have you been to space?
No, Gayle, we've never been to space, and we never will go to space because we don't have money. We don't have connections to get us to space. Actually, most of us are literally just trying to survive. We are trying to figure out how we're going to feed our families. We're trying to figure out how we're ever going to own a home or continue to own the home we already have. We're trying to figure out how we're going to retire and not work until we literally die. So you're going to have to excuse us peasants for not being super pumped about your mini ride to space. If it even really happened. But the mad sandwich, because we're not praising you, is wild. This whole thing is so dystopian and tone deaf. And the fact that like people are coming back mad about the reaction, like what did you expect? Some people literally cannot feed their kids. But
okay guys, thank you for watching my channel. And please like and subscribe. Yeah, so that we can also grow ourselves, so that one day maybe we can go to space. But as long as I'll just watch space from TV when I'm watching Star Trek or Star Wars, whatever movie it is. But despite that, thanks for watching my channel, and let's meet up to the next one. Peace out.